Take my hand. I'll lead you into death. By a Whisper in the Shadows, on AO3. Episode 40. Chapter 22. Katsuki found Aizawa's eyes. He was being held back by the guards now, arm tinted red. Katsuki didn't think he'd ever see Aizawa so afraid. His classmates were calling to him, still struggling to break free. I want him to beg for life. A flash at his side was Katsuki's only warning. Izuku lunged at him. The knife dropped through his hoodie. Izuku's hoodie. Izuku lunged again. Katsuki dodged. Again and again the attacks came. Katsuki's skin was on fire, slits littering his body. Finally, he regained enough balance to fight back. Their blows met match for match. Katsuki defended. Izuku attacked. The longer it went on, the more ruthless Izuku became. Katsuki growled. This needed to end. Izuku. Punch. Dodge. Try dodge again. Izuku, please. You have to listen to me. He managed to land a solid hit on Izuku's chest, pushing a distance between them. Izuku panted heavily. Reaper's face remained blank. But there was something in his eyes. Something that Katsuki needed to pull out. There was going to pull Izuku out. Izuku lunged again. The first time we met, grunt, shove, block. We weren't able to form words. Two babbling fucking idiots. A knife crossed and cut his cheek. He hissed. It cut through his arm. Shit. Still, even then, we were inseparable. He kicked again. Izuku jabbed his foot and yanked him forward. He hit the ground hard, the air leaving his lungs. Izuku pounced on top of him. Katsuki bucked and rolled, pinning Izuku down. Always fucking holding on to each other. Crying. Fuck. Crying when we were apart. Drove our moms. God fucking drove them insane. Izuku forced them over again. He raised the knife high, brought it down fast. Katsuki barely caught his wrists. And you want to know, after all of that, your first word? They struggled against each other, one forcing up, the other forcing down. Katsuki leaned in close. Ka-chan. Izuku flinched violently, enough to give Katsuki the upper hand. He flipped them again, knocking the knife out of Izuku's hand. Izuku continued to struggle underneath him, bucking, kicking, clawing. Katsuki wasn't letting him go away. Ka-chan, Izuku. My name, you hear me? That's my goddamn name. And you want to know my first word? Izuku snarled at him. He began to buck his knee up, colliding with Katsuki's chest. The breath left him. They rolled again. Izuku pressed his arm against Katsuki's throat. Katsuki choked. Zuku. Izuku growled. He lifted Katsuki off the ground before slamming his head back again. Katsuki's world span. Zuku. That was my first word. 'Cause we were everything and nothing else mattered. Izuku's pressure against his throat kept releasing and pushing, like he couldn't decide what to do. He shook his head. And then when we got older, and I got stupid, and then I lost you. Izuku squeezed harder. But I won't lose you again, Izuku. You hear me? Izuku, I won't lose you again. Reaper! Izuku's head shot up. Katsuki used that to shove him away. They both stumbled to their feet, breath heaving. I am sick of this goddamn trip down memory lane, Akio shouted. Just kill him already. No! Aizawa shouted, ready to launch himself into the fight. Akio rolled on him. Katsuki readied himself to hear his teacher scream. A loud bang echoed through the chamber. Katsuki dropped to his knees, covering his ringing ears. Something fell with a soft thump next to him. He looked down. His cuff. It had been deactivated. Black shadows shot out of nowhere. They wrapped snugly around Akio and his guard's wrists. Akio screamed in horror at his own cuffs. Izuku helped Hatsumi a lot with those cuff designs. Hagakari's voice sounded from empty space by the now open door. Heroes arriving in T-3, asshole. Fuck yes, Hatsumi. His classmates yelled in victory. They had their quirks back. Katsuki looked at his hands in awe. He owed that girl everything. The cuffs didn't work on mutations. Her invisibility was a mutation. Katsuki could kiss her. This was their chance. Reaper. Akio's voice was pulled Katsuki back into the room. Red locked with green. They lunged. The sound of fighting surrounded them. Katsuki didn't want to use his quirk, but Izuku was lethal. More yells could be heard joining the room. Katsuki couldn't tell if they were friend or foe. He only had eyes for Izuku. They hit the ground together. Their hands sparked. Izuku flew off him. Shit, Zuku! He cut himself off. Izuku stared at him, not with blankness or hatred, with recognition. Kachan. Katsuki's eyes widened at his mumble. It was barely there, muffled further by his muzzle, but Katsuki heard it. The hero slammed into the room. Katsuki and Izuku stared at each other. Screams and shouts surrounded them. Fuck this. Izuku's attention flicked to Akio. That was Katsuki's only warning. The gunshot echoed. Izuku, Izuku, Izuku. They kept saying that. He kept saying that. The dark-haired man. Reaper didn't want to kill him. He had to kill him. It was an order. He didn't want to, but... why? He told Reaper it wasn't his fault. He told Reaper he'd see him later. Why? Reaper had to kill him. He should hate Reaper. The blonde boy with red eyes. Reaper had to kill him too. Reaper really had to kill him. Papa didn't like him. The blonde boy with red eyes wouldn't let Reaper kill him. Reaper liked his eyes. They were nice. Good. Reaper had to kill him. Papa said so. Izuku, 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 Izuku. Who was Izuku? Was he... No, he was Reaper. He had orders to follow. Right? Kachan. Zuku, Kachan, Zuku, Kachan. Why wouldn't the blonde boy with nice red eyes let him go? Reaper needed to kill him. He needed to follow orders. He didn't want to kill him. Why didn't he want to kill him? Kachan, Zuku, Kachan, Zuku, Kachan. Reaper didn't disobey Papa. Papa was angry. Reaper had to kill him. A large bang. Caramel and bright lights. Nice red eyes. Fireworks. Fireworks. Kachan. Kachan. Papa was really angry. Papa wouldn't be happy with Reaper. But Reaper wasn't Reaper. Reaper wasn't runny. Reaper was... Papa was scary when he was angry. Papa was real angry. Papa raised his gun. His leg moved on their own. Kachan! He jumped in front of the bullet. Izuku! His ears rang. He rested on something soft. Everything was blurry. Where was he? Answer me. There was a lot of noise around him. He couldn't hear very well. His side hurt. Why did his side hurt? Was he moving? No. The ground was under his legs. What was he leaning against? It was soft and warm and rumbled. He liked it. He could fall asleep. He didn't want to feel the pain in his side. Izuku. Izuku. Oh, he was Izuku, wasn't he? Yes, not Reaper, not Bunny. Izuku. He liked that name. Who was calling him? Not Papa. Papa didn't like to call him Izuku. But he was back with Papa, right? Was he dreaming? No, he wasn't in pain in his dreams. In his dreams, he was safe. Izuku was in a lot of pain now. Pressure on his side. Hot, burning pressure. Izuku screamed. Sorry. Oh, fuck. I'm so sorry, Izuku. I know it hurts. I know. I'm sorry, Izuku. Izuku, can you hear me? Please. Please. Izuku knew that voice. Izuku loved that voice. Kachan? Katsuki squeezed him tighter to his chest. It hurt. Oh, shit. I'm sorry. So sorry, Izuku. It's me. It's Kachan. Can you hear me? Izuku let his head fall back on Kachan's chest. The cutting pressure around his mouth was taken away. Kachan was warm. Izuku closed his eyes. He was tired. Izuku gasped in pain. His body shook. You can't sleep. I'm sorry. I know it hurts. And you're tired, but you can't sleep. You can't, okay? Aizawa, please. Where the fuck is the medic? Oh. Kachan was crying. Izuku lifted his hand to Kachan's cheek. Red eyes flickered down to his. Kachan had nice eyes. Why Kachan crying? Kachan sobbed harder. He took Izuku's hand and squeezed softly. Don't worry about it. Everything's okay. Everything's gonna be fine. You just stay awake. You hear me? Stay awake. Izuku really wanted to sleep, but he had to stay awake for Kachan. He didn't want Kachan to cry. Okay, Kachan. Everything's starting hurting a lot more. Izuku didn't want to tell Kachan that. He didn't want to upset him more. Dark hair came into Izuku's sight. Medics are nearly here. They need to clear the higher floors. Only a few more minutes. Aizawa. Dark eyes turned to Izuku. They were wet. Was Aizawa upset too? He smiled a little. That was nice. Hey, kiddo. He held his arm. Red was on his hand. Izuku reached out. Aizawa hurt? Aizawa choked a laugh. He took Izuku's hand and brushed it past his hair. I'm okay, kiddo. Don't worry about me, alright? Izuku! White hair. Red eyes. Eri. She was crying too. Why was she crying? Was she hurt as well? A sharp pain shot through Izuku. His breath caught. His chest felt heavy. His back fell against Kachan's chest again. He listened to Kachan's heart. That was nice. There was a lot of people around. Yamada, Hitoshi, Mina, Uraraka, Kirishima, Todoroki. Were all of this class here? What were they doing here? Izuku didn't care. He was glad they were here. They looked sad. Izuku didn't want them to be sad. Hawks was there too, and others. Heroes? Heroes. Was Izuku being saved? And they finally come for him? Was he going home? Yeah, Izuku. We're gonna take you home. That was Kachan. Izuku missed Kachan. He knew Kachan would save him. Izuku's face felt wet. Oh, he was crying. Papa didn't like it when he cried. Izuku was being saved, though. The heroes had come. Izuku was allowed to cry. Kachan wiped his tears. The pain was gone. Izuku wrapped his pinky around Aizawa's finger. He waved his hand for Aizawa, Yamada, Eri, and Hitoshi. They put their hands over Aizawa's. He took Katsuki's hand back. Izuku looked at his classmates. Izuku looked at his family. Izuku looked at Kachan. He was happy. I'll see you later. A pause. We'll see you later, Izuku. Izuku smiled. But remember, you gotta stay awake, okay? Izuku closed his eyes. Izuku, open your eyes. Izuku was warm. Izuku, open your eyes. Open them right now. Izuku was happy. Izuku, no! Izuku, please! Izuku was safe. Please! For once, Izuku wasn't afraid of the dark. Guys, I'm not the only one rushing to check if major character death was one of the archive warnings, right? Because it's not one of the archive warnings, and I don't see it anywhere in the tags. So Izuku doesn't die, right? Chapter 23. Getting to the hospital had been a blur. Izuku doesn't die, right? Right? Also, you cannot tell me that throughout this whole chapter as a whole, chapter 22 as a whole, was not heavily BKDK coded. Like, I'm sorry. Katsuki saying that he would die for Izuku, he would kill for Izuku? Gay as fuck. Also, in My Hero Academia main, he already did one of those things. So just saying, technically speaking, he did them both. He both killed for Izuku, and he died for Izuku.
What the heck?
I'm so sorry.
Not that far in the... What the heck?
Just realized Sekabro was here.
Big beanie.
Well, you know that he died.
I didn't.
You didn't know that he died?
No.
Wait. Actually?
I'm barely starting the one with the Star Stripe.
My dude, that's been out for almost a year now.
I'm slow at this.
It's almost a year.
I'm slow at this.
Well, now you know that Katsuki dies.
I wait for the dubs because I'm too lazy to
The dubs have been out for months.
There's a whole line for the animes and I have to watch. There's a whole waiting list.
See, well, because of your waiting list, now you've been spoiled. Katsuki Bakugou dies for Izuku.
I blame you.
Anyways, gay as hell. I'm in denial. Denial is a river in Egypt, and all of a sudden, I'm in Egypt. So, just same. Izuku didn't die. I hate you for saying that denial is a stage of grief. As always, my raindrops, make sure to eat, sleep, drink water, take your meds. Have a wonderful day or night. Link to my Discord server and socials are down in the description. Subscribe to see more of my content, and thank you so much for watching.